if you ask any of my friends how I function, मैं ना, even if example I'm in a club with my friends and in the washroom where people are talking about nails, I will pitch my brand there also.
Best.
And I've done it. But, like, inclination to udhar hi tha.
Like, and you got what you always wanted, right?
Yeah, dude, when I heard that from, like, when I was standing there, inside I was on cloud 9. I was like, yo.
Did you feel like ऐसे shouting कि हाँ?
अरे मैं तो ready थी तब हाँ बोलने, not even to listen to Vinita's offer. मैं तो ready थी, I'm like मुझे यही सुनना था. मेरा ready था ऐसे, ठीक है मैं आ रही हूँ national television पे. Till today I have not seen my own pitch. Okay, I have not seen my own pitch. I just haven't.
Why?
I was like, people who are coming, because I've seen season 1, season 2 sitting at home. So third season I never expected myself to see myself over there.
Fair.
Yo, what is up my friends? Welcome back to ThoughtCast. My name is Aditya Bajaj, and for today, my guest is none other than a young entrepreneur, Anoushka. Anoushka is the founder of PolishMePretty and has been featured on Shark Tank India Season 3. She's got funding from Piyush Bansal and has a super interesting story of starting the brand. She started by buying a Nike sneaker at a retail price and selling it for 1 lakh rupees. That's how she started. She had an amazing roller coaster journey of starting, building the brand, going on Shark Tank at this young age. So the super insightful, super learned episode with Anoushka starts in 3, 2, 1.
So I did not expect that much of a response because in terms of how product was placed, pricing, and we knew what was coming up on airing. But the response has been terrific, and people have loved it. So I'm grateful and I'm excited to see where this goes.
So मेरे को ये पूछना था कि how did PolishMePretty actually started? कि ये idea of getting nail art that too pre-packaged, वो idea आया कैसे?
So actually this was my college graduation project. ठीक है, ये already market में था. मेरे पास थे already 2-3 brand के, and मैं खुश नहीं थी experience के साथ. मेरे को I'm that kind of a person. If you look at nails from so I studied in design school.
Okay.
तो मुझे ऐसे सब like aesthetic, perfect look, it has to look nice. So whatever was available in the market wasn't really matching my needs. So when I started my graduation project, I said मुझे nails के around करना है. मतलब मैं तो महीने के 2 टाइम तो मैं nails करवाती हूँ. इसमें interest है. So I was like, chalo theek hai, let's figure. We started exploring. I came up with a nail concept and I'm like, okay, cool. Then COVID was on because I graduated in 2022. COVID period tha. And मैं सालों से जा नहीं पा रही थी. And I'd never had bare nails. तो जो घर पे वो whatever I found in COVID, I started using them. Then I realized that okay, quality was an issue, designs were a problem. जो है available, it's very scattered. No one has really developed it into a brand where people say, oh, मुझे press-ons use करने हैं. जो है market में, people are like, हाँ है, but बहुत ऐसे it gives
काम
that
चलाओ types.
Yeah, काम चलाओ types, but it doesn't give you like a statement. So I was like, we could develop a brand around this where designs would be immaculate. You'll have a lot of options, which would be perceived easily. Basically, सारे beauty brands वो कर रहे थे. Nails में कोई घुस नहीं रहा था. So I was like, okay, I see a gap. Let me start. So with how much ever budgets I had, that was 1 lakh. I was like, I can make shift and start a brand. So right from my packaging to my supplier making first bunch of stock, all happened in that much. And then it just took off, and then I reached Shark Tank.
Nice. ये तो इतना easily process explain कर दिया ना आपने कि it sounds too easy, but was it too easy? Starting a brand with 1 lakh rupees, पहले तो वो बहुत सही था कि you got a sneaker pair on retail and you sold it. वो कैसे करा? मतलब
So
retail में sneakers नहीं मिलते.
So मैं actually I would say I'm very lucky with sneakers. तो मेरे को पहले भी वो easy 350 V2 3 मिले थे एक ड्रॉप में.
3
3 पेयर मिले
लोगों को
थे।
एक नहीं मिलता, आपको 3 मिल गए।
हाँ, वो इन स्टोर ड्रॉप था पूना में।
हम्म।
तो मैंने मेरे मम्मी के नंबर से, my brother, mine, I'd fill on everyone's name. And when the drop happened, he's like, "Ma'am, you've got 3 sizes, like 3 picks. They choose in each size, no?"
या
So मेरे size में I got, my mother's size I got, my brother's size I got. I was like, okay, so like that, I'm very lucky with sneakers. So जब ये Travis Fragment का drop आ रहा था, I'm like, in my wildest dreams also, I'm not going to get this. Full India is trying for this.
ट्रू।
Like like सब बैठ रहे 7 बजे sneakers के website पे, and I woke up in the morning before college and I'm like, हाँ मैं try करती हूँ. And I remember it was probably 13th or 14th of August or something,
ओके।
when the drop happened. And I was not interning that time. COVID कुछ stipend नहीं था. तो मैंने I used my credit card, ठीक है. And my father's very paranoid with the whole thing कि online shopping नहीं करना, scam हो सकता है.
या
उस
इंडियन
हिसाब
पेरेंट्स।
से, yeah. And I filled all this sneakers, drop happened, refresh, सब ठक 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 किया, size choose किया. It went to payments and it was just refreshing. I was like, नहीं मिला, मतलब कुछ नहीं, चल shut my laptop, I go back to sleep. College 9 बजे start होने वाला है.
सॉर्टेड।
And then I got an email from Nike saying your card has been debited for 13,900 because I come in the kid size shoe, like base size.
ओके।
So I was like, oh,
मिल
wait
गया।
a minute. The money is debited. I haven't gotten a confirmation. My father's going to start yelling at me कि पैसे गए, जूते भी नहीं आए. And I started panicking. So I was like, चल refresh करते हैं. मतलब if I refresh and it says मिला तो well and good, नहीं मिला तो I'll start fighting with customer service before he gets to know. Oh, so I pushed refresh and it said you got them. And for a minute I was like, impossible. Full India was trying for this. और मेरे को मिला. And then I knew कि अब ये तो 13,000 में मिला. This is तो a gold pot for me. So I started messaging. I got the shoe at 7 in the morning. At 9 o'clock, I started messaging resellers ki, have a shoe to sell. Are you interested? Are you interested? Then at that time, people were very shocked. They thought मैं scam कर रही हूँ. इसको जूता कैसे मिला? Retail पे वो भी. Then probably a week later, someone reached out to me कि जूता चाहिए. I said हाँ, मैंने तो हवे में बोला था 1 lakh is my price. He said ठीक है, done.
What?
मैंने ऐसे बोला 1 lakh. And they were like ठीक है, done. I was like shit यार, और
बोल देती 1.5 बोल देती, 2 बोल देती, क्या पता.
Yeah, I just said 1 lakh. I'm like, मुझे सिर्फ start करना था. मुझे लगा 1 lakh से वो तो आएगा 80-85 tops. तो मैंने 15,000 का buffer रखा था. He said ठीक है, done. I'm like shit यार. I could have pitched more.
Fair enough.
That's how it started. And I got the fund. And once the money hit my account, I hadn't graduated तब.
Oh.
I had like a while to graduate. तो मैंने रखे थे. I'm like, this I know is going to be of good use, so I kept that in my savings. I graduated in July 2022. मैं 1 साल से ये कर रही थी graduation project, and August I launched 2022. And finding a supplier first was difficult because whoever I was talking to was like, हमारा MOQ at 2,000 piece, 3,000 piece. I'm like, 1 lakh में तो ये कुछ होने नहीं वाला. So then you're starting to find my box manufacturer. I went to a cake box person जो cake box बनाता है.
Okay.
मैंने बोला सी ये मेरा प्रोडक्ट है. मेरे को because the whole concept of this blister packing मैंने वो देखा था. And I spoke to people in Hyderabad and stuff who do blister packing, and he's like, ma'am, 6,000, 7,000 MOQ, इसके नीचे कुछ नहीं है. I'm like, impossible. I have no budgets. So I went to a cake box manufacturer. I saw her sponsored ad on my Instagram.
Okay.
तो मैंने उनको DM किया कि हाँ ये concept है. Can you figure things out? They're like, yeah, sure. We can use the same stuff we use for cake boxes and manufacture. I'm like, sure, if we can do that, that's great. So if you see my box, which I presented on Tank also, made by a cake box manufacturer. It's not a blister packing person. It is not.
Yeah. Now it makes sense.
जो बॉक्स डिजाइन था वो बहुत बेसिक था फॉर अ रीजन बिकॉज मुझे सिर्फ
बजट।
घुसना था।
हाँ,
मेरे को बोला था घुसने के बाद मैं फिगर आउट करूंगी क्या करना है। मेरे को
एक बार एंट्री पॉइंट मिल जाए ना, वो सीन था।
my thing was only I just had to enter. I'm like entry के बाद मैं navigate कर लूंगी because then I can start saying कि oh I have this. I had nothing behind me that time. मेरे को सिर्फ start करना था. So that's how I started and then
मेक
so far
सेंस।
so good.
एक चीज़, कोई विंडो खुली है क्या आपके यहाँ? कुछ थोड़ा
Yeah,
सा।
I think
हाँ,
I'll just 1 minute.
सॉर्टेड।
No, it's sunset, so it's going to start.
या परफेक्ट। सो दैट्स हाउ आपके पास अराउंड 1 लाख का बजट था। एंड फिर क्या क्या
Correct.
स्ट्रगल्स है कि मैन्युफैक्चरर ढूंढने का? आपने केक मैन्युफैक्चरर्स तो वो बॉक्स मैन्युफैक्चरर्स
Box.
फिगर आउट कर लिए, बट फिर प्रोडक्ट
Then
मैन्युफैक्चरर्स कैसे मिले?
then I started finding them on Just Dial and like very
पहले
like
पहले ऐसा नहीं लगा कि जस्ट डायल के फालतू में फ़ोन आते हैं, मैं काट के रख देती हूँ, अब सिर्फ इसी पे आके ढूंढना पड़ रहा है मेरे को?
so ऐसे बचपन से I've always wanted to like मैं तो I've tried my hands in everything. So I knew कि how to find supply. So ऐसे as I mentioned on Shark Tank कि I had done a streetwear brand, I had done all the things prior to that. But उसमें I learned quite a bit like how to find a manufacturer, how to do sourcing, sampling. So I had basic understanding. I wasn't blank when I started. But this was at a scale I wanted to build where I knew कि I had to be a little street smart, sensible. So all the previous failed attempts helped. So when my sampling came, I knew how I wanted to go about it. I didn't waste too much time uh, कि आगे पीछे
थिंकिंग कि ये
like
सही है कि नहीं?
yeah, because I knew how it had to be placed. So then found them on Just Dial, went found them door to door literally in Pune. Told them this is figured out, bought a few nail polishes, bought few of those supplies. I'm like ठीक है ये करना है. Started getting giving image references, color references. It started falling in place. I was like, okay, sounds good. Let's start with designs. Then I thought of I wanted to do experiential packing and stuff. मैंने वो start किया था. Then I realized कि इससे धंधा नहीं बनेगा. ये Instagram page business रहेगा. मेरे को नहीं करना है. ये experiential और बहुत aesthetic looking packing. ये बस this is not scalable. So
मेक सेंस।
that idea shut fatak se, and I was like need to build a business. So I found suppliers and it just fell in place. I'm telling you, there's no story to it. It just fell in place.
नो, इट हैपेंस लाइक दैट। इफ समथिंग इज meant to happen, it will happen.
Yeah,
तो
yeah. I'm a believer of that.
या सेम है। तो आपने बताया ना एक टूर कि यू हैड अ स्ट्रीट वेयर ऑल्सो, जो यू आर लाइक कि हाँ बंद हो गया।
Because
हाँ जी,
the
हाँ जी।
funny story, I started that as a college project.
ओके।
It was like a deliverable in college, brand building and brand communication, social media. वो सारे were the deliverables of my assignment. So I'm like, wow, मेरे को तो धंधा करना ही था. So I'm like, ये तो college project है, branding तो कर रही हूँ, communications तो कर रही हूँ, product भी मुझे ही बनाना है college को दिखाने के लिए. I'm like, let's launch it. So the brand was actually, I was very full of myself back then, I'll be honest. The brand also was named after me only. And people have bought those hoodies. It's not like they haven't.
ओके।
I launched 30 designs of hoodies and I sold, I think 25, 26 of them.
नॉट बैड।
And I had priced them at around 3,500 a hoodie.
फिर तो ठीक ही बेचती है, टू बी वेरी
And
ऑनेस्ट।
I remember my making cost was something 500 or 600. तब तो कंपनी रजिस्ट्रेशन कुछ नहीं था, मैं तो जीपे पे ले रही थी.
हाँ।
मेरे
एंड यू सोल्ड देम फॉर 3000।
yeah,
डैम, फेयर इनफ। फिर वो बंद क्यों हुआ?
because college project था, right? It was not like I hadn't visioned it to be a
यू ट्रीटेड इट एज अ कॉलेज प्रोजेक्ट कि हाँ कॉलेज
मेरे
में
लिए
दिखा
college
दिया।
project था, and then बीच में like मेरे को always वो I had that chaska for dhanda tha. I'm like, chalo, I made a bunch of money now.
हाँ,
तो मैं खुश थी. I
makes
was
sense.
satisfied then, but then I didn't see myself doing something in clothes full time. मेरे को पता था beauty space में कुछ करना है.
Makes sense. Fair enough. फिर उसके बाद then you move to Polish Me Pretty.
Correct.
अब now how did the idea of going on Shark Tank came? कि हाँ अब Shark Tank पे जाना है. This is the time that I have to go on Shark Tank and dilute 25%. Initially people don't dilute, right? So what was going in your head कि हाँ अब Shark Tank जाना है and I want funding from sharks?
My main reason to go on Shark Tank was because I wanted to learn. ठीक है.
Fair.
That's the best platform I would get advice from, and the best like 1.5 hour, 2 hours with them. The
Yeah.
amount of feedback I got when my pitch was going on, I remember I got out of my pitch and I sat and wrote everything down before I forgot.
Wow.
Ki whatever they told me, because I'm like, this is going to be invaluable, because this part was not even shown on television,
हाँ वो
right?
कट के 15
No,
20
no,
minutes का हो जाता है.
correct. But those 1.5, I was there for I think an hour and a half, 1 hour 45 minutes
Okay.
was my pitch duration, if I'm not wrong. I don't remember how long my pitch was.
When was it shot, but?
I shot on December 9th.
Oh, and it aired like last month, right?
Yeah, 15-20 days ago.
Yeah.
So when I applied in July, मैंने तो मस्ती मस्ती में किया था. मुझे लगा कि मैं आगे कहाँ जाऊंगी.
Fair enough. मतलब there's nothing to lose type ना कि हाँ हो गया तो ठीक है नहीं हुआ तो
Yeah,
ठीक है.
so I remember मैंने तो first form भरा था when I saw it on I think on LinkedIn.
Okay.
I got a like Shark Tank season 3 applications open.
Hmm.
I'm like, there's nothing to lose. Like, what is going to happen?
Yeah.
So I filled the first form, and then I forgot about it completely. And then मेरे को एक email आया कि no, so they notify by text message through the Sony thing. And they said you've been shortlisted for the next round. Fill the second form. I'm like, okay, everyone probably shortlisted. How do I know? I filled that also, like the 20 page wala jo hai.
Okay.
I filled that. Then again got a thing that, oh, you've been shortlisted. Send your video wala jo round tha. I said, chalo, ye bhi kar leti hu. In my head, I was yet saying ki after this, obviously now they're going to see my financials and all. They will take a decision and say no. I was under that impression because I'm
Thinking
like,
कि
well,
not too big brand, right? क्या आप ये
yeah,
सोच
not,
रहोगे?
yeah. I was like, people who are coming, because I've seen season 1, season 2 sitting at home. So third season, I never expected myself to see myself over there.
Fair enough.
तो मैंने वो भी किया वीडियो. Email आया saying in person audition. I said, oh shit, things are getting real now.
हाँ.
I was like, चलो ठीक है. मैं तो ऑडिशन पहुंची. People had set up and all. ठीक है. Like
Okay.
मेरे को पता नहीं था setup लेके जाना है. And वो सब मैं तो मेरे प्रोडक्ट्स लेके गई. मुझे लगा सिर्फ दिखाना है. Like I was
In-person
under that
audition, yeah.
in-person audition. There were brands who I met a few people over there, and they had like set up. I say they had got कोई तो Indian cloth brand था. They had like they got like hangers and like मैं तो तभी
Yeah.
I was like shit. I'm like मैंने कुछ ऐसे किया नहीं है. मैं तो आई हूँ प्रोडक्ट्स बैग में लेके.
I feel underprepared.
Yeah, I feel underprepared. And I was like, you know what, at this point I'll just give it a shot. Like I've reached here. हाँ? नहीं हुआ तो मैं इसका भी कंटेंट बना लूंगी कि इधर तक आई.
Yeah. But still making in-person auditions also big thing.
Yeah. And I gave the audition. And then I never heard back from them for a bit. So in my head I'm like, हाँ, I तो knew it. मैंने कुछ expectation रखी नहीं थे. And one fine, I just got a call from the Sony team saying, hi, you've been shortlisted for final shoot round. I was like, मैं इधर कैसे पहुंची? Like, holy shit. And when it happened, I was like, okay, this is going to be like a new wave for the brand. Because I knew I used to manifest and like picture myself be there.
Yeah.
I knew कि मुझे जाना है, but I did not know it's going to come so quick.
So soon.
Yeah. So I mean, shoot happened, and like I the funnier thing for me was in my head I've seen season 1 and season 2 at home. So it sounds loud because obviously because you have a mic and all, वो तब मेरे को strike नहीं हुआ था. So when I first entered the tank, when Anupam asked me, "Is your father an entrepreneur?" and I'm like, "No, he's a businessman." मेरे को सुनाई नहीं दे रहा था because the distance is so much.
हाँ
And in my head I'm like, ये तो बहुत loud होगा ना तो.
हाँ मेक सेंस तभी
So
वो
I'm
कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट हुआ था
yeah, I couldn't hear only in the start. But I could, because the whole experience of watching it on television and then standing there,
Yeah, yeah.
because in my head it was a full different thing. I was standing there, I'm like, okay, now it's happening. अब मेरे को check लेके ही जाना है. मेरे को पता नहीं. मैं तो I am not leaving without a check. That was
Okay.
the only thing playing in my head 24/7. It happened, and then you all saw it on television. Then next.
Yeah. No, it was a pretty like interesting pitch. Full banter भी चल रहा था. Everyone was having fun. And what was your actual experience कि भाई अब टैंक में was it like full roadies? Have you seen roadies की roadies audition अब सारे बैठ के मेरे को judge करेंगे types?
Yeah, Meko, see, a part of me knew that the way so like if you see how I spoke during the pitch and how I'm speaking now, I am the same.
Yeah, yeah.
The thing is, I'm not that comfortable in Hindi. So I've come from a ICSE convent school. Hindi was never first language. English was always preferred, and I've built this business in English. So I was finding it difficult communicating in Hindi. That's why it sounded like Papa Ki Pari very often, and the amount of DMs I get, Papa Ki Pari, and it's insane.
Okay.
But answering your question, it was a different feeling. Like you can't really put it in words. It just felt complete. Like
Yeah. Because back of the mind when you would have been watching as a season 1, season 2, you would, run your own self, presenting Polish Me Pretty there, अपने दिमाग में. And when it actually happened, you could not believe. वैसा feel.
वो तो मैं normally be like if you ask any of my friends how I function, मैं ना even if for example I'm in a club with my friends, and in the washroom where people are talking about nails, I will pitch my brand there also,
Best.
and I've done it.
No,
I
this is how everything works.
I'm that kind. I will घुसाओ my brand anywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Initially ऐसा होता है. मैं भी ऐसे इस मामले
मैं
में
तो
थोड़ा.
अभी भी करती हूँ. Like I'm shameless when it comes to my brand. Like me emailing Zepto, I did not have any ego.
Yeah. Oh,
Because I knew ki these are those big ticket people, right? A Zepto and a Blinkit, they give you the biggest business, and technically only they can help you build a brand because they have the reach. Firstly, they have the infrastructure which
they have
I
the
don't have.
audience customers, na? Easy access for customers.
For me, I don't have to spend on a customer acquisition cost. I don't have to invest in that infrastructure where I need to reach out to so many people at once. They're buying in bulk. So मेरा जो impression था कि if I can get a Blinkit, मैं तो Zepto को convince कर ही लूंगी. So like Blinkit happened in one email.
Wow.
So I actually cold emailed Albinder, the founder of Blinkit.
Okay.
I yet have the email. I can send you a screenshot, but I don't think you can mention his email in that.
No,
email.
yeah, no problem. I don't want to get into
People are
trouble.
cold emailing him after this because of me.
Yeah.
I'm sure Zepto is getting spammed by brands after me.
Okay.
So I was actually like it was like a random thought. I'm like मेरा concept है last minute manicures. तो मुझे सैलो इंडस्ट्री को डिसरप्ट करना है, मतलब मुझे लास्ट लाइक डिलीवरी एग्रीगेटर्स के साथ जाना है.
True.
उनके पास लास्ट माइल एडवांटेज है, उनके पास इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है, उनके पास डिलीवरी पीपल है, मुझे सिर्फ बना के बेचना है. दिस वाज माय बेसिक आइडियोलॉजी. देन इन माय हेड आई एम लाइक टू पीपल, ब्लिंकिट, ज़ेप्टो.
वही चल रहा है क्योंकि.
I reached out to Blinkit and like I found out emails of Rocket Reach सब निकाल के. I messaged Zepto. I never got a response from them. I was like, ठीक है, keep it on the side for now. I'll attempt to blink it. If both don't, then we'll see how to reach them.
Okay.
I messaged Blinkit, and that time they were starting their beauty. क्या बोलते हैं, in Delhi, NCR, and Bangalore, they were starting a beauty category on Blinkit.
Okay.
तब launch नहीं हुआ था. It was right time, right place for me. I messaged him. I put the concept saying we're a Gen Z nail brand. Concept is last minute manicures. If you're available on a platform like yours, it will be great to work with. Looking forward to get connected with whoever concerned. पहले तो मुझे पता भी नहीं था इसमें कैटेगरी मैनेजर रहते हैं इसमें
How to basically get on board?
ये मेरे को पता ही नहीं था. मैंने तो एक बार ब्लिंकिट का वो फॉर्म भरा था जो वेबसाइट पे है, और कब आई नेवर हर्ड बैक फ्रॉम देम फॉर अ वीक, एंड आई एम लाइक ये ऐसा तो नहीं होगा. Other people are selling me there is a way to go there. I am doing it the wrong way. And then so I've installed this what's it called, plugin on Google called MailTrack.
Okay.
Where you get to know if your email is read and if it gets forwarded how many times and stuff. So मैंने भेजा email, and then I went back to other work. I came back and it said your email has been forwarded quite a bit. Okay. I'm like, okay, this is a good thing.
Yeah.
Probably I messaged him at 11:30, 12 or some odd time like that. And probably at like 3 o'clock, I got an email from their category manager saying, when can we take an exploratory call? I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what are we going to do in an exploratory call? Like, how does this work? I was like, ठीक है चलो, let's take it. There's nothing to lose. I've got an opening.
Sure.
So I got on a call. I had 0 sales on my website that time. I had 0 sales. It was January.
Okay.
And I was like, I got on a call with them, and I faked it to Blinkit saying, this much we're going to get projected sales this month, next month so much. We're now testing audience. I'm like, I can't lose them now if I tell them I have 0 sales on the website.
वो तो भाग जाएंगे फिर.
Yeah, they won't. I won't get a second chance. So I was like, right now we're just understanding what nail designs work through our social media, and I just pushed my way through. And then they're like, okay, cool, let's take this forward. They sent me their SOPs about how much are we going to sell, how is it going to work, and it went through. And then I'm like, okay, मतलब इसमें category manager है, तो मैं फिर Zepto पे have gone on LinkedIn, I'm searching category manager for beauty. I'm like, this is how you reach out to people.
Fair enough.
So mine started like that.
And
so
फिर you mailed Zepto 32 weeks constantly.
उसमें तो category manager change भी हुई थी. उसमें so I had a WhatsApp number also.
Okay.
तो मैंने उसको 16-17 times normally email किया, फिर मैंने उसको WhatsApp पे किया every week. उसके बाद उसका एक बार मैसेज आया कि कैटेगरी मैनेजर I no more work with Zepto. Please reach out to XYZ.
हाँ, मैं change हो गई हूँ.
Yeah, I'm like, oh God, this starts again.
Okay.
I'm like, I've messaged her probably for like 20-25. This was probably I'd messaged 25-30 times tab tak already when she said ki I've left. So I said, okay, let's give it. Now she's left. She's saying XYZ ko I'll reach out. Let me. So I sent an email and they replied. And they connected me further with the new category manager onboarded. And that's how I closed
Zepto. Yeah. नहीं टॉकिंग अबाउट ऐसे शेमलेसली नॉकिंग ऑन द डोर व्हेन यू सेड ना कि अगर कोई बाथरूम में भी नेल्स की बात कर रहा होगा आई विल जस्ट पिच माय प्रोडक्ट. या मैं भी बहुत इनिशियल स्टेज पे हूँ ना ऑफ द पॉडकास्ट. सो ऐसे किसी का भी फ़ोन होता है आई एम लाइक भैया 1 मिनट फ़ोन दो, आई विल जस्ट टेक ओपन यूट्यूब सब्सक्राइब एंड लाइक ये लो देख लेना बाद में. सेम आई एम लाइक मेरे को कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता. सो दिस गेस्ट आई वॉज ऑल्सो सपोज टू शूट विद अ ब्रांड ऑफ शार्क टैंक इटसेल्फ दिस फ्राइडे एंड वो रीस्केड्यूल हो गया. तो मैं ऐसे बैठ के इंस्टाग्राम पे सबके ईमेल्स चेक कर रहा हूँ, 15 लोगों को बैठ के डीएम कर रहा हूँ. आई एम लाइक एक का तो आएगा. देन यू रिप्लाइड आई एम लाइक चलो फाइनली संडे एक शूट हो रहा है एपिसोड. आई एम लाइक फाइन.
Yeah, I mean there's no harm because I cold email a lot of people, right? Yeah. And when I don't get a response, I know how it feels.
True.
Because I have been in that position.
Yeah.
So the number of time, so I've gotten so many emails from people
Uh-huh.
after the episode got aired कि हमें जॉब चाहिए, हमें काम करना है.
Hmm.
The thing is, they have not realized that I had emailed them 32 weeks. I didn't email them 32 days straight.
Hmm.
The number of people are messaging me on a daily basis saying knocking on door one,
Yeah.
first attempt, knocking on the door, second attempt. I'm like, I'm seeing your DMs, but I really need time to respond to each and
Yeah.
everyone because, like, pan India, this is.
वो
It's not
बॉम्बार्ड
like
हो गया ना एकदम से पूरा सोशल ऑल ओवर इंडिया.
it went out of place. Like, the number of people who reached out, I'm grateful. I'm speaking to quite a few people, but till I respond to those, I'm getting at least 15 more inquiries.
Hmm.
And the thing is, I want to personally look into who I'm talking to
Hmm.
get on board. I don't want to push it to someone else because I know what talent I want right now, our age group, to grow this. Because
मतलब
like,
हाँ जी
a
हाँ जी.
person can make or break a brand, right?
True.
So I want someone who I see has potential, and that takes time to figure.
Hmm.
But people are not really understanding that. They're getting impatient because I'm not replying. I'm like, guys, this is
Wait.
not a Gen Z. This is a Gen Z brand. I agree, but I don't believe in impatience.
नहीं नहीं, इट्स करेक्ट ना कि आपने अपना ब्रांड स्टार्ट करा, यू नो व्हाट पीपल यू वांट. वो बी इट एनी क्लोजेस्ट पर्सन टू यू, कोई भी फ्रेंड या फैमिली रिलेटिव, दैट पर्सन विल ऑल्सो नॉट be able to iterate through things that you want from that person to work
Yeah.
with. That makes a lot of sense. So your as a target audience is purely Gen Z market, right?
See, right now, what we look for the brand is कि हमें ये we just want to make it an aspirational looking Gen Z brand in the beauty space. But I'm not only targeting Gen Z. Gen Z is my biggest audience right now, but also to people like who work in the medical field,
Hmm.
doctors who can't really get a manicure, lawyers, people who are in the professional space who can't really have fun looking nails.
Hmm.
Who
Makes
would
sense.
love to have fun looking nails according to their personality, but unki job
They
requirement
don't
and
allow.
description is not corresponding to that. So I cater to those type of people. I cater to women who are going through pregnancy also because they can't really expose themselves to UV rays.
Yeah.
And वो जो हमारे glue tabs है उसमें कोई chemical भी नहीं है.
Ah.
So you're not really exposing yourself to that.
True.
So
No.
yeah, we cater to all segments, but mainly Gen Z because हमें Instagram driven बनाना है.
Hmm.
Like community driven, I would say.
Makes sense.
And our biggest community target would be Gen Z.
Makes sense. No, talking about those glues, मैं अपनी मॉम से बात कर रहा था कि आई एम डूइंग दिस पॉडकास्ट विद द नेल थिंग. तो आप मेरे को बताओ व्हाट ऑल क्वेश्चंस, क्योंकि यू आपको पता होगा. सो शी वाज लाइक टॉक हर अबाउट कि those glues they are very harmful types. People have got finger cancers and skin cancers due to those harmful alcoholic glues. So how did you come out with like non-chemical based ones?
So see, I'll be honest. Excess of anything is bad. It is to each and every person's using and capabilities.
True.
See, you go to a nail salon. If you go to a nail salon, generally जो nail salon का turnaround time रहता है वो 21 days रहता है. Every 21 days, a girl or a women consumer has to go to a nail salon to get her nails refilled
Fair enough.
once you start this nail procedure.
Yeah.
Because 21 days के बाद nail bed से growth होगी, your hair will start getting stuck, then you'll start hurting because it's getting heavy at the ends. All these issues you face. जो हमारे nail glue के साथ है, those last for 14 days.
Okay.
So my main differentiator was कि nail glue can be harmful to you if you don't use it in the right quantity. ऐसे आधा bottle लगाया तो it is harmful, right? But you have to
Yeah.
be sensible when you're applying.
Makes sense.
I wouldn't say that we are a safer alternative, but we're a healthier alternative to manicures as of now. I'm not saying that we're chemically proven that our glue is not dangerous. Nail glue जो है market में वो सबका same ही है.
Makes sense.
Just bottle packaging different है और chemical formulations different होंगे.
Makes sense. Fair enough. Makes sense ना कि अब it's about the quantity that you're applying of the glue.
Yeah.
Fair enough. सो ऑल्सो अब फिर मैंने अपनी फ्रेंड को भी कॉल करा कि हाउ ऑफन डू यू गेट नेल्स डन एंड हाउ मच टाइम डज इट टेक एंड वुड यू प्रेफर दोज पोर्टेबल वंस. सो शी इज़ लाइक कि मेरे पास पोर्टेबल वाले हैं बट दोज आर लाइक 400-500 machine manufactured you were talking about in the pitch, and she's like उसमें इतना मज़ा नहीं है and it takes around 2000 to 2500 to get it done from a salon, and वो भी फिर 15-20 days चलते हैं. How did you make your product handmade and that too in a competitive pricing?
So I knew that if I want to get into like create a dhanda ye it has to be disruptive pricing.
True.
मेरा तो वो स्टेटमेंट क्लियर था. आई कम फ्रॉम अ बिजनेस फैमिली. मेरे तो वो 3 रूल पहले स्टेट हुए थे कि पहले धंधा, इफ यू आर स्टार्टिंग अ बिजनेस इट हैज टू मेक मनी.
Profitable.
ये बर्निंग कल्चर ये घर में नहीं चलेगा. हाँ,
Fair enough.
you are building a brand, you have to bring money back home at the end of the day. That is rule number 1. Rule number 2, you cannot price yourself to be premium luxury. I would say I come from a middle class family. Okay, first of all, people think I am from a karodpati family after they saw how I spoke on national television.
Huh.
It is nothing like that.
It's
I'm
good
middle
now
class.
if people think you are more than you actually are.
I don't have a problem, but the whole image of how I am perceived is incorrect then.
Makes sense.
So he said कि ये expensive pricing and that is not our cup of tea. Right. What you can do is disrupt, because I also used to get my nails done every month. And I know कि मैं उधर जाती थी. I used to sit there for 2 hours approx. 1 hour left hand, 1 hour right hand, roughly वैसे ही
Yeah.
हो जाता था. 2 hours procedure, going half an hour, coming back half an hour.
3.5 hour तुम्हारा you are invested.
Yeah, like it's I agree. So it comes under the whole self-care and like pampering yourself. But at the end of the day, if you want the same experience, it also can be affordable. It doesn't have to be spendthrift.
Yeah.
तो मेरे वो तो पॉइंट्स क्लियर थे कि हैज टू बी डिसरप्टिव एंड मेरे को इंडस्ट्री तोड़नी है. आई डोंट वांट टू ग्रो विद देम.
You want
If
to
I grow-
penetrate through each and every brand, right?
if I want to grow with them, मैं तो नील सैलो ही स्टार्ट करती ना. मेरे को
fair
वो करना नहीं था. He said these are the 3 basic rules you have to keep in mind. So when it started like that, I was like, okay, roughly I started I put out a Google form where I asked people कि ठीक है, like I was in college that time, right? So Delhi वाले nails के लिए कितना spend करते हैं, बैंगलोर वाले कितना spend करते हैं, गुजरात साइड कितना स्पेंड करते हैं, कोलकाता में कितना स्पेंड करते हैं.
ठीक
तो
है.
I did a north south east west like
Idea लग गया कि
study.
on an average consumer
भाई
कितना spend
दिल्ली
कर रहा
में तो 5-6 हजार वाले पैसे उड़ाते हैं.
है. I know. Yeah.
And then Kolkata and Gujarat were fairly a little lower price, like Bombay, Maharashtra, Pune, Bangalore, Kerala and all and a lot of like मेरा बेसिकली ऑब्जेक्टिव था कि मेरे को एक इंटरनेट नेल सालो बनाना है, बिकॉज इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और वो सब के ओवरहेड चार्जेस नहीं रखने हैं.
Fixed cost.
टियर 2 टियर 3 में नेल सालोस इतने एक्सेसिबल नहीं थे. It's yet not accessible. The end result, like there will be nail salons, you can get your nails done, but like premium finish.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I can give that kind of a product with a premium finish at a half a price, and if it's reusable up to 5 times,
तो वो
if you
cut
do
down हो
girl-
गया.
if you do girl math, then it comes to around
250 rupees.
250 a use.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this sounds possible. And I wanted to play on the 99 wala game, because numbers make a lot of difference in India.
Yeah.
And it did work. It did work well.
Fair enough. So also कि आपकी sales कैसे affect हुई फिर before Shark Tank and after the show, कि what you were actually doing before and फिर did it went skyrocket? It went obviously. So what how
Skyrocketed. I don't even know what I can call it at this point.
Huh.
मैं I had zero expectations.
Okay.
Okay. I have started believing that zero expectations while building a brand is the best, because people get demotivated once they have expectation doesn't meet the requirement and stuff. So मेरा ready था ऐसे ठीक है मैं आ रही हूँ national television पे. Till today I have not seen my own pitch. Okay, I have
क्यों?
not seen my own pitch. I just haven't.
Why?
I don't want, because I feel that it can go into my head कि अब
हाँ,
मैंने तो achieve किया है.
makes sense.
What other brands haven't done, I don't want that to get into my head. तो मैंने pitch देखा ही नहीं है. जो reels पे आते हैं मैंने उतना ही देखा है.
Fair enough.
My whole family was watching.
Yeah, I saw that reel. That was
I
very
stood over
wholesome.
there, but I was on my laptop stalking my Shopify.
Yeah.
I'm like, how many people are coming, how many are checking out, how many active cards. मैं वो देख रही थी. मैंने देखा ही नहीं टीवी के पास.
Huh.
So what was I addressing? Sorry, I feel
Your
very.
sales before Shark Tank and after the
Yeah.
show, how they skyrocketed.
Um, Before I was only doing POYs.
Okay.
ठीक है? And now post Shark Tank, I'm getting listed everywhere. Firstly, to start with that. Second, the website has taken off. Content is helping a lot. Set up distributors pan India to take it offline. Now getting onboarded with other delivery aggregators, depending in the market. And it's taken off. Like now I know, I knew I was ready for India. I just needed a launch pad. I needed India to know कि okay, there is a brand name Polish Me Pretty. People will think ये बच्ची है 22 years old की है, हम भी एक nail brand start करते हैं. But my philosophy, idea, what I have in my head for this, I'm convinced no one can match.
Fair
So
enough.
I just wanted a launch pad. वो launch pad मिला, and I am taking off on that.
Makes sense. So, did you also have a favorite shark? कि हाँ, if this shark comes on board, it would be very nice. But आ तो
was-
कोई भी जाए, but still a personal favorite.
It was always Piyush.
Always.
Always.
Lens card.
मैंने तो घर में सीजन 1 had come, ठीक है, तो मैं तो ऑलवेज लेंसकार्ट यूजर थी. मैं तो 2013 में when they had come with that
Wow.
AI feature,
Yeah.
ठीक है, मैं तो तभी फैसिनेट हुई थी. ऐसा धंधा करना है तो ऐसा कुछ करना है. सो फैसिनेटिंग. घर बैठे चश्मा ट्राई कर सकते हैं, घर बैठे बंदा आएगा आई टेस्ट के लिए. I was really fascinated at 13, like
Yeah, what is happening? How can मतलब कोई भी आके
because
घर पे दे जाए?
I've had chashma since I was like 4.
Same. I was like 2.
I was 4 when I got chashma. I got my first chashma. So I've always been a spectacle user. तो मैंने 2013 में switch लिया था चश्मे से. लेंस कार्ड के चश्मे पहन रही थी मैं. कि 2013 नहीं 2015-16 बोर्ड एग्जाम टाइम मैंने स्टार्ट किया था लेंस कार्ड के चश्मे पहनने. Because that time kids vids के size नहीं थे उनके पास. If I'm not wrong. And season 1 आया था, मैं तो convince हो गई थी ऐसा this is what I want, who I want to learn from, who I want to build a brand like. मैंने घर में सबको convert किया था लेंस कार्ड के चश्मे में. Everyone. I convinced my parents, I convinced my mom, dad, I told my brother, I told everyone. I said सब लेंस कार्ड पहनेंगे.
Nice.
And it was always, I knew कि if I want to learn, it would be from him. As much as I would like others also, but like inclination तो उधर ही था.
सही है ना, and you got what you always wanted, right?
Yeah, dude, when I heard that from, like, when I was standing there, inside I was on cloud 9. I was like, yo.
Did you feel like ऐसे shouting कि हाँ?
अरे मैं तो ready थी तब हाँ बोलने, not even to listen to Vinita's offer. मैं तो ready थी. I'm like, मुझे यही सुनना था.
And yeah, it was very like, yeah, Piyush gave what you asked for, and it was very like Vinita asked
Yeah,
for
but
51, right?
No, actually off camera, Vinita agreed to come in as a co-founder with me.
Uh-huh.
Off camera, she said, I'll give you 50%. I'll take 50%. And I'll co-found the brand with you.
Okay.
In my head, I was like, wow, okay. I wasn't prepared for this. And I was like, if she becomes co-founder, then distribution, supply, all of that would be very
Sorted.
easy. That all those factors started playing because uska to already hai pan India distribution. She's offline beauty. She's cracked it. I was like, life will be easier,
Hmm.
but not for the brand, because she wouldn't let me launch nail paints because Sugar Pop already has nail paints.
Hmm.
I would be restricted from a lot of things.
Hmm.
All those started playing in my mind. And then Piyush was asking for me कि next आप जब next round raise करोगे तो liquidation कैसा होगा,
Haha.
ये सब वो पूछ रहा था.
Haha.
I'm like, अरे shouldn't I be asking all
Asking.
this? I'm like, ये क्या हो रहा है?
Huh.
So he was like, so he was asking all these questions,
Haha.
and then she said, okay, I'll do one thing.
Hmm.
I'll take 51% of it.
Hmm.
I was in my head. I knew 51% to my karungi nahi,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I said, you know what? I'll just run it through my father once. I'm
Hmm.
like, I've learned business from there. Before I take a hasty decision, मैं एक बार पूछ ही लेती
पूछ
हूँ.
लेते हैं.
मतलब what if it's correct and I'm looking at it in the wrong?
Fair enough.
And my father was like, don't even think. He said, you're getting what you want, just take that, don't be greedy, it'll
Greedy.
be wrong. I said, ठीक है. I came back and they cut the whole part where I told Vinita, I'm sorry, you
Hmm.
can't
Oh.
take that.
Hmm.
I came back in and I gave her a reason. I did not want to say that technically I'm going to be competing with her, right?
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
rather be fair and clear ki the reason why I'm saying this, no, because I want to get into the space you are in. I
Hmm.
put it across, and I told Piyush, let's go.
मैं यही पूछने वाला था कि why not Finita, why Piyush, and it makes a lot of sense कि yeah, if you want to go into a makeup industry and expand with nail polishes and
ये
everything.
जो मेरा प्रोडक्ट है अभी,
Hmm.
द प्लान इज कि मुझे ये टेपर डाउन करना है इवेंचुअली. मेरा ये लॉन्ग टर्म गोल नहीं था.
Okay.
मेरा लॉन्ग टर्म विजन था नेल पेंट्स, एंड दैट
Hmm.
इज ऑलवेज बिन द विजन. बट जितने फंड से स्टार्ट किया था यही
Hmm.
पॉसिबल था. नाउ आई कांट ओवरनाइट जस्ट फ्लिप द स्विच एंड गेट इनटू नेल पेंट्स.
Yeah.
आई नीड टू टेपर इट डाउन ग्रेजुअली. तो लाइक मेरे को ऑफलाइन बिल्ड करना है, वो सब हो रहा है, बट मेन व्हाट आई वांट टू पुश आर नेल पेंट्स.
Makes sense. Fair enough. So also, you mentioned कि you did not have a team, to look after everything. So how was it like managing everything all by yourself?
Every day of the week I'd assigned one thing to do. सी मेरे डिस्पैचेस तो थे ही नहीं, ठीक है, पहले उससे स्टार्ट करते हैं. मेरे
ठीक है.
डिस्पैच लॉजिस्टिक्स कुछ थे ही नहीं,
Okay.
बिकॉज I was all PO based.
Yeah, yeah.
Mondays I would do follow-ups
Mm-hmm.
and cold emailing. Tuesdays would be content marketing, all of that. Wednesdays would be studying other brands, learning about other this. I divided every day of the week,
For a specific
every day
task.
for a specific thing. That's how I disciplined myself to show up every day when I had zero results.
Hmm.
I knew कि I'm here for like the bigger picture. It will fall in place if I keep trying.
Hmm.
So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Fridays were I would keep one day for content creation. I'd keep one day for sending packages to micro influencers. One day I would do like scripting, script writing, um, creating content for brand like ads, all of that. Like I've spent so much time doing that. If I apply all of that now,
Hmm.
I can yet build this single handedly because I have tons of work I had prepared then,
Hmm.
but I'm yet not going to do that because now I have to logically build this and not single handedly.
Yeah.
So I'm hiring people and I know what they have to do because I've done all this work before.
Makes sense. So हम यही बात कर रहे थे ना कि you know what people you want because you have done all this. And I know अकेले manage करना पूरा business, it won't be easy. And Anupam has also said this in a podcast कि तुम expand कर लोगे business बस तुम्हें 100 साल लग जाएंगे और तुम्हारे पास 100 साल है नहीं. So to do it in a less time, you have to
Yeah.
delegate it to people.
So I kind of also in the bigger picture when I was doing all this, I knew that at one point I'm going to hire. If I don't have my hands in all of this right now, when I hire people, I won't know what to give them.
Makes sense.
And I knew कि अभी मेरे पास तो scale नहीं है hire करने के लिए. But what I now have on me is time to learn all of that. So when I get someone on board, I don't have to waste time learning with them. I can tell
Hmm.
them what has to be done.
Hmm.
So I would say the whole process to Shark Tank for me was building the fundamentals of the brand,
Hmm.
and now it is fighting with everyone to last in the segment is what is on.
An actual CEO work makes sense.
Yeah.
So also Polish Me Pretty का एक last question कि what do you want from Polish Me Pretty ऐसे future में आगे चल के, not 5 years, not 10 years, cause मतलब I also technically don't believe कि you have to set 5 years 10 years plans क्योंकि तुम्हें नहीं पता how will market react, but business aspect में you should have a plan, right?
Yeah.
वो वाला सीन होता है. So where do you see Polish Me Pretty ahead?
um See, I've always been told you think for the next 5 years, 10 years. My bigger picture is कि आज there's a L'Oreal and a Lakme in foundation and nails, but Indian market में there is no nail specific brand जो statement brand बन सकता है. That is my vision. What people are doing right now are selling foundation, concealer, lipstick, nail polish.
Yeah.
The makeup market is massive, but the nail category also by itself is a 9,000 crore segment.
Makes sense.
Need to build I need to, I'm saying I want, I will, I'm confident on that. I will build Polish Me Pretty, catering to everything nails. It's, I've mentioned, मैंने जब logo भी बनाया था उस हिसाब से देखा था कि this is for the bigger picture. My logo says Polish Me Pretty everything nails, and
Yeah.
to sum it up, it is going to be
Everything.
everything one stop nail shop.
One stop nail shop. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, okay. Business aside, Polish Me Pretty aside, I just wanted to ask who is Anushka of business? मतलब entrepreneur में there's no 9 to 5, I know. But yeah, what do you do in your free time? What are you off business when you're not, thinking about Polish Me Pretty and stuff?
There is no off day. I genuinely have not taken time out for myself. That is not healthy. I agree. But I feel that I am a little see, how do I put it across? In my free time, I read books, I hear podcasts, I do all of that. Um, like for me, enjoyment. How do I put it across? Now you made me like so much deep thinking. I'm a very introverted person. I'll be like I've actually become very confident after Shark Tank. Before that, I was very introverted. I have a very small. I have like four friends. I have a four friend circle. Four
Same.
people.
Yeah.
Circle is very small. They know A to Z about everything happening in my life. Okay. Uh, for me, going out would probably be just like going grabbing a coffee, going getting dessert, going for a walk. That is what I do to take my brain off work. My my I wouldn't say my brain is off work. I will physically be off work,
Yeah.
but my brain is 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 24/7 thinking about my brand. It sounds very like the typical what you'd hear in a podcast and stuff,
Yeah.
but it is a fact. Once you start a brand, if you can think away from the brand,
Then you're
you
not
are
fully
not
invested.
you are not doing it right.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like between us, I have gotten drunk and I have spoken to people about my brand subconsciously also, and my friends were like, yo, okay, this is a different extreme, like she's at it.
People get drunk and call their exes. You get drunk
I
and selling
I
nails.
I, I have done that. Like I know I'm at that point where I will um like my book choices and all also are very business oriented, because I feel that if I'm at a phase where I want to learn everything, the only way the only time off I have for myself is at night, like probably when I'm scrolling through reels also, वो भी ज्यादा तो podcast वाले ही reels आ रहे हैं मेरे feed पे, because it's for me, I think I love what I'm doing. I love learning about businesses. I love speaking to people in other sectors. I like learning from people.
Mm-hmm.
So मेरा off time भी is talking about different businesses, ideating, helping people. A lot of my friends, I wouldn't say friends, I would say acquaintances,
Uh-huh.
have reached out to me after seeing the episode and they go, we want to start something. And I'm like, oh my god, you should start something of your own. There is no harm.
Hmm.
They're like, नहीं मैं थोड़ा work experience कर लूँगा फिर join कर लूँगा and then फिर start. I said, see, and they're like, we want discipline and all of that. I said, once you show up for yourself, you automatically have discipline.
Hmm.
I was like, I look at it differently. I mean, you're just wired to look at things differently when you're
Yeah.
starting a brand.
Fair enough. Just one follow-up question talking about acquaintances. ऐसा होता है ना कि when you're building something, you're onto something, there are people to push you down. And after Shark Tank, क्या drastic change हुआ है? मेरे को वो जानना है.
uh, I mean, there's no drastic change, I would say. Like,
Okay.
the thing is, I've also received a lot of hate.
Hmm.
A lot of hate after my episode has gotten aired.
Why?
There's a bunch of people on networking, like LinkedIn and all.
Mm-hmm.
Um, everyone's super supportive. Like, where people understand
Hmm.
uh, where the person is coming from is a super supportive community. Instagram is till like day before
Yeah.
was very at me saying non-deserving. She only has 15 lakh sales. How is she standing there? This looks rigged. This looks scripted. Looks
समझ
because
गया like कि हाँ कैसे मिल गया और इसे ही क्यों मिला types.
yeah, it's isko क्यों?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm 22. I agree. I only have 15 lakh sales, but also look at it from a point of view कि मैंने single-handedly 15 lakh sales लाए.
Hmm.
I've got two of the biggest people in the last like delivery aggregators
Yeah.
single-handedly
Yeah.
without the help of anyone. I figured out the way myself to get them.
Yeah.
uh, if okay, if my father knew the owner of Blinkit or Zepto
Hmm.
and I got it through him,
Hmm.
then I would also agree I don't deserve to be standing there.
Hmm.
But people don't look at it from that point of view.
Yeah.
There are Reddit posts which I haven't I've developed a cold shoulder towards the hate. I'm like, you know what, you all create hate. मैं तो brand page से I have put people to start conversations
Uh-huh.
and upsell.
Yeah.
I'm like, you all want conversations, I will place myself in the conversation. I will be visible. Let it be good or bad. I am not letting anything go at this point. There are people saying uh, ki it was always Papa ki pari,
Dad's princess.
dad's princess. I agree. Okay, fine. I am like the girl child of my family.
Yeah.
It is every girl child gets that
Has
treat,
that treatment.
but I am not working with my father.
Hmm.
If I was, and then I came to present his brand or something like that, then मैं तो पापा की परी deserving थी.
Yeah.
So all this hate which has come to me and stuff, I've developed a cold shoulder. I'm okay with it. You hit me more with it, it's not going to make an impact.
You're gonna come back stronger.
मेरे को वो भी कोई ऐसा कुछ नहीं, come back stronger. मैं तो the first day it did bother me,
Hmm.
of course, because full India just comes at you saying non-deserving. I'm like, am I in the right space?
Yeah.
And building a brand, your first instinct is always self-doubt.
Yeah.
तो मैं तो standard पे गई थी. I'm like, oh shit, what have I done?
Hmm.
And then that night I was like, you know what, is okay. Like, what I was wanting to do for so long, I explained my brand to India in 15 minutes on national television. It's people dream to do that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I've got it. I'm going to make the most of it. I'm not going to let this like break.
Yeah.
After that I took off. Like, I'm like, बस मैं तो अब ये मैं रुकने नहीं वाली हूँ. जितना hate देना है दे दो. अब मैं तो ready हूँ. आ जाओ.
एक कान से सुनूंगी दूसरा से निकाल दूंगी. It does not
I,
bother.
I don't. I mean, I've read these Reddit posts myself.
Okay.
I'm like, up. You all talk. The more you all talk, and the more you all mention Polish Me Pretty, it's okay.
Branding.
आप hate दे रहे हो, but नाम mention कर लो.
मैं वही कह रहा हूँ ना,
I don't
ब्रांडिंग.
care. Yeah, it's all for me. It's all brand name everywhere now. The more visible you are, the more you will sell.
सेल.
बस मैं उस फिलोसफी पे हूँ. करना है
परफेक्ट.
कर लो. मैं तो रेडी हूँ. I also we come in a category where we're very used to social media.
Hmm.
We've seen people get social media hate. We've seen people, like we've seen all these influencers and all of
Yeah,
them
yeah.
grow also. So a part of me knew कि hate तो आने वाला है.
True.
So for me, I'm like, it's okay. I'm selling a product at the end of the day. I'm not. I was never fond of being in front of the camera. ठीक है.
Hmm.
I'm not the kind. So for the first 1 year, there was no face to the brand because I was uncomfortable being in front of the camera.
Oh.
Things changed in December.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, मैं तो जाके खड़ी हुई हूँ उधर, and I've spoken to
The sharks.
India,
Yeah.
technically India.
Yeah.
I'm like, now there is no going back. Like, God has put me in a position where I can't remove myself from. I have to be the face of my brand. Now that's when I started posting more content about me talking. I'm like, if things have happened, they've happened for a reason. I believe that. I don't know how everyone looks at it.
No, no, it's true. I've also heard from it, and I genuinely love this person, Shlok, Tech Burner. If you've heard of him,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
yeah. He says, and I'm a very big fan of him. He says every CEO who is starting a business has to be a content creator. Has to create his own personal content. Otherwise, you'll lag behind today.
Yeah, I've started doing that and it's actually helpful. Like I've realized this. I started a year late.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I've started posting, I don't really post so much because मेरे को time ही नहीं मिलता content बनाने के लिए.
Yeah.
Uh, the thing is, I need to work on time management right now, but it will take some time till like the whole Shark Tank.
अंकुर वारिका का कोर्स भी तो अंकुर वारिका का कोर्स है ना टाइम मैनेजमेंट का, वो चेक कर लो.
एड्स आते हैं मुझे एड्स आते हैं भर भर के YouTube पे.
अंकुर, no, no, he's a great person.
Yeah, no, I really want to take that course. I'm not sure. I love doing courses also. My pastime
Yeah.
courses is
Uh-huh.
is a lot of fun.
Yeah, एक होता है ना, use people spend on different luxuries and thing, and I believe spend on yourself. वो वाला.
Yeah.
Be it
I-
denial also. I'm like, मेरे को ये कोर्स पसंद आ रहा है, मैं ले रहा हूँ. कुछ फायदा होगा कि नहीं देख
Yeah, yeah.
लेंगे.
I feel that these people who sell courses on the internet are also trying
Yeah.
to like to disrupt some industry. I'm like if they're doing something and they're advertising at such a scale, means something is so right.
True.
I'm like, I don't see what is right, but there's no harm of me learning and upskilling.
Yeah.
Like I've read like my favorite book so far is like I feel I've read a lot about the Indian retail space
Mm-hmm.
because I believe that if you want to create dhanda, it happens only in like it's the shopping class Indians, that's tier 2, tier 3, where they go to a GT and a kirana store to purchase.
Yeah.
That is the, if you're present there, then you're a brand. Tier 1 is very ऐसे hi-fi category, D2C, all of that.
Yeah.
So, like I'm 22, I agree, I don't have much say in this, but the bigger picture is I want to build PolishMePretty GT Kirana wala present brand because I feel that Indians, the real like
Core Indians.
the core Indians shop there.
Yeah. No. Mayank, founder of Goodcom, also said कि all over India, सिर्फ 2% of the sales are online, including all Amazon, all e-commerce. He's like 98% of the Indians, tier 2, tier 3, all the below tier 1s, still shop from the stores, मतलब अपने घर के पास वाले.
I read a research paper about someone who made a research paper on COD. He said tier 2, tier 3, if you get an online payment, it's a very big deal.
Yeah.
उनके लिए COD is
Trust कि मेरा product आएगा तभी पैसे
आएगा
दूंगा.
मेरे, हाँ. But because he said कि or it was a podcast, I don't remember, that he put it very well. He said tier 1 के लिए online shopping is खोटो खर्चो.
Yeah.
For them, it's like it's very funny. Like when I start my day, when I'm going through orders, my most orders are between 12 to 4 a.m.
Wow. वो तब होता है ना जब सारे all the girls are scrolling down.
Just scrolling,
Yeah.
right? Also, our ads are targeted between post midnight to 4 a.m. Now I've started doing that because I'm like, listen, like once people are in bed and they're nothing to nothing can distract them from shopping.
ट्रू मतलब मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ था देयर वाज दिस कोर्स अगेन ऐसी पॉडकास्टिंग व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड एंड आई वाज जस्ट स्क्रोलिंग मैंने खरीद लिया आई हैव नो आइडिया मैं आई वेक अप द नेक्स्ट मॉर्निंग एट 12 कि मैंने सुबह 4 बजे कोई कोर्स खरीदा है उसकी वर्कशॉप है अगले दिन मेरे को कोई आइडिया नहीं है मेरे अकाउंट से 400-500 रुपये डेबिट हो चुका है आई हैव नो आइडिया आई मेड दैट परचेज
Correct. So a lot of our purchases happen at that time, right?
True.
So I was, and a lot of them are paid,
या
and there are a lot of from like Bombay, from Bangalore, Delhi, if you see. But the ones who are from like a, I would say, someone from Bareilly ordered that day.
या
Someone from where was that? I can't recall the name, but it's somewhere in the south. All of them will order and then they will text you for order confirmation. Like, is that I feel that people down like in smaller cities, उनको trust ही नहीं है internet पे.
ट्रू नो यू एज आपने भी तो बोला था कि व्हेन यू वर परचेजिंग दैट स्नीकर योर डैड वाज लाइक कि हाँ ऑनलाइन परचेज में
Correct? Like
स्केप्टिकल है
I'm from tier 1, I agree.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yet वो
मेंटालिटी वही है ना
वो belief ही है कि you can get scammed.
या
So a lot of people after placing an order also they message saying, have you received this order? Like I'm like, yeah, dude, I put a lot of money in Shopify. Everything is perfect. Don't stress. But like you have to give like the reassurance.
या या
So what I would say is I read in this Harsh Mariwal's book called Harsh Realities. My top two books are Kishore Biyani's Made in India and Harsh Mariwal's Harsh Realities.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
The two best books I've read. They have like, and one is Supermarket Wala, which I'm reading right now, just finishing. It's by Damodar Mall,
Okay.
the biggest in the retail. Like he built Reliance. He started with DMart, and then now like he's built Reliance to what it is and stuff for the retail space. Just it breaks down and explains how Indians shop.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. Like I feel that people think that reading books don't help.
No, they do.
I think people need to start picking up books again. Kindle Windle से नहीं होता. A hard copy book
Yeah.
gives you so much learning more than a Kindle.
Fair enough. I cannot relate because I have stopped reading books ऐसे 1-2 साल पहले मेरा तो हो गया है
Trust me, I learned building a business by reading books. मैं तो business school गई भी नहीं, मैं design school से हूँ.
या नो मेक सेंस बट ये होता है ना कि सबका इंडिविजुअल प्रेफरेंस होता है मेरे को पॉडकास्ट सुनने में मजा आता है तो मैं दिन के 4 सुन लूंगा वो आई फील कि वो
Yeah.
इजी है मेरे लिए
Try, just pick up a book.
Uh-huh.
Pick up the smallest book if you can and read like 10 pages a day. It'll change your discipline level to this.
मेक सेंस विल ट्राई फॉर श्योर ओ हाँ जी बोलो
No, nothing else.
या सो डू यू वांट टू से एनीथिंग
I've spoken a lot of controversial things. Just send me whatever footage before you upload, please.
या नहीं but I was like thank you so much for doing this thank you so much for
Not an
coming
issue. It's not an issue. Totally cool. I appreciate it. I also wanted to talk about this because a different face of mine was shown on national television without, like, oh my god, usko kuch aata nahi hai. The only reason why I've agreed to do podcast and put myself out there is I need to tell Indians ki bhai aata hai dhanda. Hindi mein nahi aata par aata
आता है yeah thank you so much for doing this Thi.
Not an issue.
Thank you so much for everyone who's been listening to us and I'll see you guys next week bye
Perfect. You also can shop from our website
Yeah.
www.polishmepretty.in and we're available on Blinkit in Delhi, NCR and Bangalore and Zepto in Mumbai.
go now go shop you'll find the link in description guys go check it out
Thank you so much.
thank you so much Thi. Just a sec.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you so much for listening till this point. If you've liked the video, you've learned something from it, do not forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, family, peers. At least share it with one person you think can benefit from this. Also, do not forget to subscribe to ThoughtCast for amazing episodes. I drop it on every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Stay tuned and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.